Hey, welcome to another episode, Sis Stop Sulkin Podcast. I am Miss Tasha Talks Life, your favorite accountability coach. If you are here for the first time, happy to have you. If you've been rocking with your girl from the beginning, what's up? Over here, we're talking about mindset, self-love, life goals, and all of that. And so today, ladies, I have the one, the only, Glue God himself. He is going to talk to us about fitness, health, about his journey. And I just want to welcome my good friend Markel to the show. What's up?
Thank you. Round of applause. I appreciate that warm welcome. Thank you very much. And I'm super happy to be here. Love it. Love how everything looks, how you put everything together. You did a very, very good job.
Thank you.
Very good job. Proud of you.
Oh, I'm proud of you too. We're going to get into it. But before we do, I want to do a quick icebreaker.
Okay.
So this is called This or That. So
Okay.
I'm going to say two things and you're just going to say the first thing that pops in your head.
Gotcha.
All right. So the first thing, sneakers or slides?
Sneakers.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxes.
Solo chill or guys night out?
Solo chill.
Text back. You like, nah.
I don't do that. Whoever knows
I
me
already
knows
knew
that.
that. I felt like I knew that answer already.
Thanks.
Text back or call me?
Text back.
Early riser or night owl?
Early riser.
Cook it up or order in?
Ordering. DoorDash. Best friends.
Word. Sports talk or real talk?
Real talk.
Wings or burgers?
Wings.
Booty or breast?
Booty.
Take the lead or play it cool?
Take the lead.
Protecting peace or speaking your truth?
Speaking my truth.
I knew that one. Yeah. If everybody know, you going to speak your truth.
Facts.
If nothing else.
Confrontational.
In a good way, right? In a good way.
In a good way. Gotta get it
All
done.
right. That was good.
Yes, man.
That was good. That was
It
good.
didn't take too long.
Yeah. You was like, wait, what?
Right. I just want to shoot the answers out. So
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
So introduce yourself to the people, to the ladies.
Well, my name is Marquel Sterling. I just recently opened a gym called Energy Gym.
Congrats.
And thank you very much. Another small clap.
Yes.
It's located in Deer Park on Acorn Street. Very long journey. Definitely something that I'm passionate about. Definitely something I love doing, which is awesome. It's funny that I'm even saying it like this now because I posted a video this morning of me hopping out the car in front of my gym and like doing a little dance, saying this is how you should show up to work.
Yes.
So I feel like it's very important to love what you do and love doing it. So you know, when I show up to work, I'm here doing something that I love, something that I wanted to do, something that I'm passionate about. So I don't look at work as work. So I'm very blessed in that for that mindset. I'm very blessed to have that mindset.
No, first of all, I love that. Like I love all of that, and you definitely exude fun. I mean, you yell at your
Yes.
the trainees.
Very aggressive. Very aggressive.
But it's good. It's so good, and the energy, and that's why I love the name. When I saw that you named it Energy, and I thought that was fitting, perfect.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit.
That one nailed.
Where'd you get what?
So I was trying to find a name to a gym. I didn't want to name it Glue God because I felt like that was just too like personal. Like,
Okay.
You know, like Glue God. I'm like, I don't want to name it. I'm going to Glue God Gym. You
Yeah,
see what I'm
yeah.
saying? And also I wanted to have something to brand. Don't get me wrong. I was able to brand Glue God as a person, not as a building. You know, that's two different type of branding. So when I was going into a building, I wanted to brand the building. I want to make hats. You know, because I think 10 steps. You know what I mean? I'm 10 steps ahead when you think I'm on the first one.
Right.
So I got the hats ready. I got the shirts ideas.
Yeah.
I have the tights ideas, the leggings.
love
I'm ready to shoot. I'm ready to shoot videos. I'm ready to do calendars and all type of stuff before I even got the keys to the building. You see what I'm saying?
Though.
So everything starts with a vision and then you go from there. But the name Energy is because I have so much energy. I was known for energy. Every gym I go to, it's like, I'm the guy of the gym for energy. So I didn't want to name it Energy, the regular name, because it was like, okay, a hat that says energy on it. What's so special about that? What makes it stand out, which is so important. When it comes to branding, it's like, okay, not only branding, but if you've seen the word energy spelled out on a shirt, and then you've seen the letters NRG, which one would you buy?
And it's a conversation piece too.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, why does that say that? And what does that stand for? The other energy is like, okay, that's energy.
Right.
You see what I'm
I love
saying?
it.
So when it came to branding, that was the most important thing too. Like choose a name that you could brand, something that looks hot on a hat, something that looks hot on the shirt. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
I love
So that's
that.
where energy came from. Yeah.
That's cool, and
Thank
it does look fire on the material,
Yeah,
on the
you know what I mean.
merch.
On the
That's
on the
nice,
merch,
yeah.
it looks
I see
great.
you got it
looks
around your
great.
neck and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
This
saying?
is the energy chain.
No, that's cool. I like that. And
Thank you.
just to go back to your reel from this morning, because I saw it and I got pumped up. Not mostly too. We were gonna be talking today, so I was like, oh shoot.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, right.
just to see like your journey, because I trained with you on different times and different seasons, and to hop out dancing and.
Right.
To me, knowing a little bit more about you, that was powerful,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And
yes.
so, if you want to share the pivotal, like you've done training for a while, but now you have your own space.
Yes.
I think I trained with you when you was in another gym.
Yes,
And now
yes.
to see you in your own space, I'm super proud of that. And I've known you for so long, even before when you was a knucklehead, right?
Right,
and,
right.
and I can say that because you said it, but it's true.
Right.
So the moment, like, and you always say that fitness saved your life.
Yes.
So can you speak to that a little bit, that moment, that pivotal moment where you was like, this is it, this is what I want to do?
Well, fitness came out of nowhere because, like, in high school, I don't get me wrong, I played sports for like 1 year. I did basketball for a year. I did football for like a year or two. I was decent. Anything I do, I'm decent. Yeah, I might not be the best, but I could do it. You see what I'm saying? I always had to hold my own spirit or personality.
Yeah.
But I wasn't the best, so I never had basketball dreams. I never had like I want to be a football player dreams. Those wasn't my dreams. I wanted to be a rapper when I was a kid. I wanted to do music. So and this fitness thing was a seed. You know, it literally was a seed. And the funny thing about seeds is you never know what that seed is going to sprout into. A seed is just a seed. You see what I'm saying? A seed is something that somebody plants in you, and then it sprouts with your belief system, with your faith, and everything else that comes into it. So I was incarcerated at the time from doing knucklehead stuff. I was incarcerated at the time. So I started to learn how to do regular exercises in jail, like regular, you know, regular calisthenic stuff, dip stuff. But it was creative stuff. We have nothing in there, so everything we have to do, water bags, you know, whatever we can try to make to make weight. That's how we you know, mop sticks. One guy is on top of the mop stick, laying this way, and the other guy's underneath mopping, you know, pushing the other guys. It's crazy the stuff that we create. So I was in there creating exercises. So one of the COs came to my cell one day, and he knocked on the at night. He knocked on my cell at night, and he slid 2 cheeseburgers under there. So now, if anybody's watching, a CO slide me 2 cheeseburgers. That means I'm probably talking. That's not good for me. You see what I'm saying?
Like,
so I'm like, why
minute.
is he sliding me 2
Chill.
cheeseburgers? Like, bro, hold on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when he slid them under there, he said, "Get your weight up." So that immediately, when he said that immediately took off any thought I had about people seeing me, because the seed was planted. That's where the seed was planted. I said, "Get your weight up." I'm like, why did he say it? So I took the cheeseburger, killed them immediately. You know, it's 9 o'clock at night. There's no food after 5. You know what I mean? Killed those. So the next day I go downstairs and he asked me what I did. And it's funny because I was embarrassed to tell him music. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, we all do music.
Yeah,
you see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's not a career. I have you know, nothing going on with it. I have, you know, no album out. So just saying music, I felt weird telling him that. But I told him, I said music. So he said, "You should go home and be a trainer." So I said, "Well, how much do trainers make? Because if I stay out the street, I got to make some money."
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
So I'm
sure.
like, well, how
Look
much
at
do
you.
trainers
Do
make? You
already.
see what I'm saying? How much trainers make? He said, "You know, you can write your own ticket depending on how nice you are, but you need to be a trainer." So that was the original seed that was planted. I wish I could meet this guy now, because he literally changed my whole life, literally with that one seed. So when I came home, I actually got into personal training, started working at a job, learned how to do certain things, and I'm not. I can't have anybody above me. You know what I mean?
What
Like,
it is, no.
I just,
Yeah.
I'm not really good with authority. You see what I'm saying? Respectfully, though. You know what I mean? Respectfully. You know what I mean?
feel that.
So I just couldn't deal with the way the gym was operating and treating clients, and you know. But you can learn a lot from a dummy. A wise man told me that a long time ago.
That's good.
A wise man told me you can learn a lot from a dummy. So even if you feel like the information is stupid or it's not worth your time, you can still learn something from that information. So I learned a lot from that dumb gym, quote unquote.
Got
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the way they ran things was
sure.
just completely out of pocket. So I figured out how I want to run mine's learning tools from that
Yeah.
gym. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And it's funny because as I was trying to turn my life around, you know, and this is important too. When we try to turn our life around, that's when the real obstacles come.
Say that again.
You see what I'm saying?
My
Yeah,
God.
because when you're not trying to turn your life around and obstacles come, we just run through them and say, you're just tough, you
Yeah.
run through them. But when you're trying to change and become a good person and do good things with your life,
Yes.
these obstacles come because they want to take you away from moving forward with that spiritual, with your spiritual self. This is what gets tricky though, because a lot of people turn back around and say, well, I'm not good enough, or God, why me, or this, that, and the fourth, and they turn back around instead of being consistent with trying to change your life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when I was ready to change my life, it kept coming. The trials and tribulations kept coming, and one of them bit me again. Like one of them caught me again. And when they caught me again, I didn't turn around and say, God, how come, or God, I'm trying to change my life. Why are you doing this to me again? I got on my knees and I asked him, what are you trying to show me? You know what I mean? What are you trying to show me? What direction are you trying to take me in? And then I made a promise to him. And the promise is what I'm carrying out now. You know what I mean?
That's
what I'm carrying out
so
now.
good. Oh my
You know what I mean?
goodness. And even with that, just even with the trials coming, it's also building up the muscle, if you will,
Yes.
the stamina,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, to be able to
Yes.
endure.
Yes.
Because in order to go there, you gotta be built up to
Yes,
that.
and this is why they tell you got to carry your own cross.
Yes.
You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? This is why they tell you got to carry your own cross.
And man, them trials and that's
You're
but for
right.
me, and being so strong in my faith, for me, it lets me know that I'm on the right track.
Yes.
It gives me that.
So
like,
let me tell you this
yeah.
now. And I don't like to talk about this part too much, but it's real.
Yeah.
Every level was a new devil. You see what I'm saying? So like I told you, I came home, I found a purpose, right? But I was working at a job. So in order for me to become independent, something happened. I didn't want that to happen, but it happened. But that's what forced me into independency, right? Now I'm independent. Now I get to a gym. I felt like I accomplished something. It was great. Another trial tribulation came. Wham! I'm like, damn. God, I thought I was on the right track.
Yeah.
But I'm still remaining faithful. Another trial tribulation. So boom, before I got to another level, another one came. So what I'm saying is every time it was time for me to level up, I mean something real happened, not regular stuff. Something that could have stopped me. It could have stopped me if I was weak enough to let
And
it
that's
stop
what it's
me.
supposed
You see what I'm saying?
to attempt
So
to do.
now, so after the third trial, I swear to God, after the third trial and tribulation, my fourth one, I smiled at it because I knew something greater was coming. My fifth one, I said, oh yeah, we about to get some money.
Time, right?
We about to get, you know what I mean?
For
And these trials though, I have to stress that they're not regular trials.
They big things.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My last trial was my foot. You know, I lost
get there, yeah.
I lost my foot. We'll talk about that in a second. I lost my foot for 6 months. Wow. I still don't have it all the way. You see what I'm saying? So like, and that took me into a mindset that was like no other. You know what I mean? And it was another trial that I had to dig myself out. But once again, the reward, the level up, you see what I'm saying? The level up is always the gift.
And the level up too, and then I also look at it like our journey, our story, the things that we go through is not solely for us.
No.
Right? It's
No.
not solely for
Right.
us. So
Right.
it's our duty to pay it forward, to share our
Yes.
story,
Yes.
to be a light. Because
Yes.
there are people that don't have the resilience.
Yes.
They don't see the way. They don't understand how, like you said, the things keep coming and they stop. They get stuck. They get stagnant. Instead of seeing, well, if she, that's my whole thought process.
Right.
If she can do it, if he can do
Right.
it, I can do it.
Right.
And then also with finding my strength and tapping into my source,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm unstoppable. But those
Right.
things are supposed to come and it's going to help us to help other people.
Right,
And so
right.
that's why I was like, yeah, you that's what mainly what this is all about for me.
Right.
How it started was just sharing my story.
Right.
Like just sharing. I wrote the book just to share my story
Right,
because it was
right.
put on me. Like people are always asking me, about me. Like, how you do this, or I'm learning something and I'm turnkeying it to my friends, and and I feel like it's not for me to keep to myself. I'm not a gatekeeper, right? But I also believe that what's for me is for me. So me sharing it is just gonna help you to come along.
Yes,
I can't bring nobody though.
Exactly.
And we always talk about like you gotta want it.
Yeah.
All I can do is let my light shine, and by letting my light shine is sharing my story.
Exactly.
And showing and proving.
Exactly.
Right. And so to go back to you and
that was my promise though. That the promise that I made in the last situation, and the last situation I almost lost my life. That's how deep these trials and tribulations are. I almost lost my life in one of these trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? I was probably this close to losing my life, and it was like it was a big blow. It was a big blow, but it blow back, but it was a big push forward also, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I had to really come in terms with, I made a promise that I would share my story. That was my promise to God, that I would never. I did music for years and shed the wrong story. You know what I mean? I did music for years and told you to be a knucklehead, told you to ride down the I-95 with work. I done told you. I done did all of that. So how could I not be a light or be, with my real generic, authentic self and story? I'm not scared to talk about this, what I mean? Even if I help one, even if I help half of one, that's the promise that I made. I promise to make even a half a person feel something. You see what I'm saying?
I love that. That's really good. And so as you're talking, I'm thinking about the mindset that a person has to have all of these things, and the limiting beliefs that you have to overcome. So speak to that part in a way like, okay, everybody, we're just different, right? We're just different. It just is what it is, but it's a practice also. So when you have those, and I know we're both heavy in faith, but when you have those roadblocks, what is the mindset shift? It's
with me, so with my mindset, what happened with me is, and I tell people, friends that I have that's still cutting up, you know what I mean? That's still cutting up. I try to tell them, if you have to be 100% tired of who you were, you got to be 100% sick of that person you created. You cannot still be bigging up that person in the mirror. You know what I mean? Because you're 1 foot in and you're 1 foot out. You see what I'm saying? 99% means you're 1% out. And guess what? 1% of people hit the lottery every year. So that could, you see what I'm saying? So you're 1% out. So when it comes to transformation, when it comes to change, when it comes to mindset, when it comes to real, you have to be 100% in. People, places, and things. Chill in a barbershop long enough, get your hair cut. All of these little tools that they've been telling us is serious stuff. I was blessed, and I want to say blessed, to not be in my environment that I grew up in when I started my transformation. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't afraid to walk to the gym, to my job, because I was working at the gym. I wasn't afraid to get on a bike and ride to the grocery store as a grown man and ride back with groceries in my backpack. I got an 8 Series outside now. 5 years ago, I was riding to the supermarket. I was riding a bike to go do my laundry. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was riding a bike to work, water kicking up the back of my shirt. I get to, because it's raining. You see what I'm saying? I get to the gym, I got to change all of my clothes because I got bike marks going up and down my back. Rain, sleet, snow, I was on a bike. You see what I'm saying? That type of determination and that type of drive, not saying it can't be done, but it makes it a lot difficult around your same surroundings, around the surroundings that made you that. This surroundings made me that. How can I still be stuck? Don't get me wrong. Some people can do it, but I'm telling you now, it's very difficult to stay in the pot and not get cooked.
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? It's hard to stay in the pot and not get cooked.
For sure.
So I was blessed to not be in the pot when I decided to do this transformation. I moved to Bayshore. You know what I mean? And I walked. It's funny because, and I swear to God, this really happened. I was riding my bike to go get lunch one day, and one of my knucklehead friends from my town, who I always play around with, pulled his camera out and was taping me on his story, because this is what we do.
Yeah,
We play around with each other.
Yeah.
So he's like, look at Kurt Kane on the bike. You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at Kurt Kane on the bike. You know what I mean? And he's dying laughing. And I'm laughing with him too, because I'm like, you don't know where I'm going. You don't know where I'm
that
going.
Part.
This is funny to you,
That part.
but it's funny to me too.
But depending on
see
where
what I'm
you
saying?
are in your journey, that could have been something that would have bruised your ego.
Yeah,
or
you see what I'm
whatever.
saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that,
yeah.
and
It's
that
that
was
serious.
sent. It was sent to really test.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You
Are
see
you
what I'm
real
saying?
about
Yeah.
this? But to go back to the environment, I call it solitude. Like, you have to step away if you're really seeking another level, and if you're really seeking a deeper connection, if you're really seeking transformation. I believe that you have to kind of step away. And
you have to. It's a lonely road.
It really is.
It's a lonely road.
And it's no love lost. And it's, I see you when I see you. But for me, it's personal.
Yeah.
And when I have healed, or when I have transformed, I can come and be a light. It's almost like a person that's addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
You can't still be fighting this thing and go into a crack house.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And just
saying?
like, I got this.
Yeah, no.
You don't have nothing.
Hey, sis. Before we continue with this episode, let me ask you something. Are you constantly juggling goals, responsibilities, and everyone else's needs? You've got big dreams, but life keeps interrupting your flow? Well, that's why I created the Ultimate Plan Her. Using my proven EPIC method, you finally align with your purpose, plan with intention, and create the life you desire and deserve. This is your year to stop sulking and start elevating. The Ultimate Planner includes a goal tracker, reflection prompts, and built-in self-love practices. So grab yours today, because you don't need more motivation. You need a proven method. The link to yours today is in the description. Now let's get back into this episode.
See, this is what people don't understand. There is invisible demons. You don't have to see them. You see what I'm saying? And somebody told me this, and I had to really like learn this myself. Somebody told me why they stopped going to certain clubs. And I was like, why would you stop going to a public place?
Yeah.
They said, because there's too many demons in that club. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? They said, look at the environment, the smoke, the music they're listening to, the frequencies, the doom, doom, the dramatic frequencies that's going on in there. Everybody jumping around, bucking the heck out. You see what I'm saying? What kind of energy do you think is being congregated in that area? Okay, imagine if 200-300 in a club or in a lounge or in a, and it's nothing but the wrong crowd in there, and then here you are walking in there, you happy-go-lucky on your transformation stage, then tomorrow you lose your job. You don't understand why.
No.
Or tomorrow, you see what I'm saying? Tomorrow you get a call and something just freaked out of whack, and you don't understand what just happened to your frequency.
And I think you have to protect that, but I also believe that in the transformation, some of that stuff literally is undesirable to you anymore.
Yes, that's another thing too.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, for example, for me on my health journey, this is just an example, there are certain foods and certain things that's undesirable now, because I'm at another level in this journey. So I absolutely, I love that. And I just want to go back to the gym. And you said you've had the gym now a year.
I had the gym for a year now. May 1st turned it into a year. And the gym story was even a test and a trial in itself, because I never wanted, to be honest with you, I've been independent for 7 years. Opening the gym was the first 2 years goal. My first 2 years, I wanted my own gym. I was telling everybody, all I need is 20 grand. I can open up a gym, and I just want a small space. Can somebody, for 2 years, I was looking for investors. Third year, I kind of had my own little small bag where I could have did something. But I was like, I got the money now, I don't want to spend it. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back broke. You see what I'm saying? So it was, I walked to make that money.
Right.
I rode a bike to make that money.
So
now I'm gonna spend it. I'm like, oh Lord, I ain't got a car yet. You know what I mean? So I was like, no. So the third year, I was on the rocky road. Fourth year, I ain't opening up a gym. I don't want the headache for employees. I don't want the headache for cleaning up. I don't want the headache, boom, boom, boom. Fifth year, definitely not. Sixth year, definitely not.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Then the seventh year, here come the nonsense. But it's not the nonsense. Here comes the trials and tribulations. Because if you don't moves. This is what people understand
that's
too.
good.
When you're in the kingdom, right? When you're in the kingdom and you're really rocking with God now, right? And you're really letting him control your life, you have to understand these things are going to happen to you, because he might want you to move out of a situation that you don't want to move out of. And guess what? You know what I mean? I got goosebumps too, because it's real talk. Guess what? That move that he's trying to move you out of is 5-10 steps ahead of where you at right now. But you're not going to move unless he moves you.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I didn't want to
100%.
open up a gym. I was like, I don't want to open up a gym. Then stuff started happening that didn't make sense. That's when I know it's real. When stuff starts, because I don't blame the person. I'm like, oh, you're a vessel.
You're being used.
Oh, you're a vessel. Nice to meet you. You see what I'm saying?
I'll be like, I rebuke you.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yo,
For
I know,
sure.
I know it's coming. You see what I'm saying? I mean, stupid nonsense. You know what I mean? And that's what started happening. So one nonsense happened. I said, oh man, I said, God, it's that time for real. I thought we was chilling. Another nonsense happened. Oh, you talking to me? Another nonsense happened. And when I tell you things that, I'm talking about things that, I'm gonna give you one of the things, because I'm an open book. A woman called and tried to say I was sexually harassing her during training. Called my gym. You know, I'm an independent contractor with the gym.
Right.
A woman called my gym, wanted to remain anonymous, and said that I was fondling her during training. So they said, well, you know, Markel doesn't work with us, here. He's his own independent contractor. Call the police.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna have to, nothing happened. A week later, she called back again and made another complaint. So they said, listen, you're gonna have to come down here then. She, all right, I'm gonna send my dad. The dad was supposed to show up. Dad never showed up. They called again. They said, yo, listen, that's it.
We told you what to do.
We told you what to do. Unless you're gonna, come down here and say something. He's an independent. And that was just one out of like 4 things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now this is the funny part. He tried to take me out the chair. I sat back down. Well, that was the first thing. He tried to take me out the chair again. Remove me from this environment again. I sat back down. Then this one came.
It was comfortable.
Then this one came. He tried to pull me out the chair. I was like, all right, I'm coming. And then I sat back down again. You see what I'm saying? And then another one came, and that one was the one that was like, okay, I hear you talking to me. All right, I got it. So I literally was removed. You see what I'm saying? And I could have been rebellious. I could have sat back down, but if I would have sat back down, it would have took away from the person who I am.
Yes.
1, it took away from where I'm trying to be. 2, it took away from the character. It took away from me riding a goddamn bike every damn day, riding a bike in the snow, riding a bike with groceries, all that humbleness that I just did, all that humility that I just showed, everything that I just went through. You about to take that from me?
Yeah.
You losing your mind.
You're
not taking all of that from me. You're not taking all of that from me, bro. And I look the same person in the eyes who watched me do all of that. Who watched me ride up there on the bike. You watched me come up here in the rain.
Vessel.
I looked them in the face. I said, did you really think that I was going to bow down to you? I said, you know what I've been through, bro.
Right.
Y'all watch me do this. Y'all watch me build a 6-figure business on my own from scratch.
Right.
From scratch. You watch me do that, and you want to take it away from me? I'm going to open my own gym. He was like, I'm going to open my own gym. And that's how it happened, literally.
That's great. And it was a yoke. It wasn't a nudge because you didn't listen to the nudge, right?
No, 4 nudges.
Exactly.
4
and then
nudges.
It becomes and I can relate to that so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it's just like, okay, it becomes, so there's fear there.
Oh my God, let's talk about that.
There's fear, right? But that's when you have to exercise the faith and know that the fear is not greater than the faith. And that's practice and work and constant, because being comfortable, it's good, everything's good, whatever. But it's like, no, the point is to get to another level so God can get the ultimate glory.
And then this is the crazy part too. The fear is gonna come.
Yes.
That's a fact. The fear, the doubt, all of that's gonna come. But when you have this is the thing too, you have to go 100%, right? Because when you go 100%, in your heart it's 100%. You know how they say he's gonna lead the way.
Yes.
He's gonna show you this.
Yes.
He's gonna guide you through it. That's not a joke. It's not a game, because what happened was I didn't know nothing about nothing.
For sure.
I don't know how to put a screw on it.
For sure.
I don't know how to paint.
Right,
I don't know how to do the
right,
floor.
right.
If you see the video, I was painting the ceiling. I know how to paint ceilings.
Yeah. And the gym is dope.
I don't know how to paint ceilings. You see what I'm saying? But I believed in where he was taking me. That was the important part. I believed where he was taking me. And because I believed wholeheartedly where he was taking me, let's say I'm in the air, right? Literally, let's say I'm in the air like this. I'm in the air. The next step, there's nothing there, right? I'm in the air. I believe that he's going to put a block there.
Yes.
And then when I took another step, he
That's
put
the
another block
faith.
there.
Yes.
And you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then and then he put another block there, right? So what I'm saying is, I was nervous. I didn't sign my lease yet. I was nervous. This dude had a wedding. It was, I swear to God too, I had 60 days to make this decision. They told me something, and then 60 days, and then I had 60 days. I didn't know I was about to open up a gym. They told me something, and I had 60 days. Let's keep that in mind. I had a wedding 20 days into the 60 days to go to, right?
Okay.
Here comes God's push, right? So God sends me to a wedding, right? I don't even talk to these people no more. That's what makes it even more
knowing that it was
planted.
knowing that it was
I don't
alignment.
even talk to them anymore. It was alignment. It was alignment. So I go to the wedding, and we had a dinner the night before the wedding. We had a dinner, you know, big table, huge table, just the men, just the guys. I sat around nothing but millionaires. Everybody at the table was a millionaire. Everybody at the table had money, multiple businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the funny thing about being around wealthy people or people with money or people that got things going on, a lot of them don't have their health going on. You see what I'm saying? So you could be as rich as you want. Yeah,
health
you
is
see what I'm
wealth.
saying?
Yeah.
So I was kind of one of the intriguing guys at the table because everything was like, what am I supposed to eat? Is it okay to eat this? You know what I'm saying? I was like the intriguing guy at the table. Like, are we doing push-ups after? You see what I'm saying? Are we going to the gym in the morning? You know what I mean? So it was mad funny, but the greatest group of guys, greatest group of guys.
Yeah.
Everybody had a prison story, a ex-wife story, an alcoholic story, a rehab story. Everybody at the table felt pain. Everybody at the table felt pain. You know what I mean? Overcame. It was a strong table. You know what I mean? I said, yeah, I'm thinking about opening the gym. No, you're thinking about opening multiple. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Like I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking about opening 5. You're right. Energy. You know what I mean? Energy 1, energy 2, energy 3, energy 4, 5. You said you're right. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, this is gonna be like fire.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That is so funny.
We had a great dinner. Awesome dinner. I had 2 more days left. 2 more days. Let's say it's Friday. I had Saturday and Sunday. Friday night, party. Saturday morning, we woke up. Where my clothes at? Pack my goddamn bags. Yo, guys, I'm leaving a day earlier. I see you guys later. Flew back home and opened my gym. 30 days later, I had a gym open. Facts.
So that was just like
that conversation I had with them. I had 2 more days left to have fun, party, hang off the roof.
Yeah.
Nah. Next day, I swear to God, next day, call JetBlue. Yo, you got a flight for me? I got to get out of here.
That's that inspiration,
light,
that fire.
Pack my stuff up, checked out of the hotel, flew, and I swear to God, flew back to New York, went, paid that guy the money, got my key.
That's what's up.
Yo, next day I was like this, painting sound, painting dancing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and to go back to the fear part, because that's what I was. God put that dinner in place to shut down all fears.
Yeah, let me tell you.
All fears.
So my grandmother passed in November, and my husband left. We had a separation.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we're separated since November.
Oh, wow.
And that was one of the.
You're holding that pretty well, champ.
Thank you.
Wow.
And I stopped recording, and I said, you know, I was literally the day I came back from my self-love retreat with my clients and my friends. I'm unpacking my bag, and my grandmother's going out in an ambulance. The ambulance just pulled up as I was unpacking the car, and I'm like, you know, and just in my mind, I'm like, she's coming back. You know what I'm saying? So she's on a gurney. I fix a little bonnet thing, and I'm like, all right, Gran, I'll see you. Da, da, da. She passed away the next day.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. After the funeral, my husband leaves, right? And so I'm like, whoa. So I just totally stopped recording. And I said, I'm on a sabbatical. I got to get my mind right. I got to just like really put into myself. And so dealing with that. That's what I kept saying. People are asking me, where's the show? Where's the podcast? We're looking for it. I'm just like, I'm not ready. You know, I got to work on me, right?
Wow.
Go to a birthday, fast forward, I go to a birthday party. My son's friend is at a birthday party. And I'm like, I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a friend from school, you know, whatever. My friend was like, well, I'm taking my son, so. And I was like, all right, last minute, get a card, get a gift card, throw it in the thing, we pull up. I meet a gentleman from around the way that plugged me here.
No.
So, yes.
You see what I'm saying?
This is the only reason I didn't want to go to the birthday party. I wasn't looking to, and he's like, what happened to the podcast? Because I seen him in Barnes & Noble way before, because we both was promoting our books in Barnes & Noble. And he had a podcast, and he's like, what happened to the, I said, I'm on a sabbatical, I'm still trying to figure it out. He's like, oh, I said, and I immediately, anytime I go somewhere, I set my intention. But I didn't even know why I was like going. And here it is, that's it. I meet him, he tells me, I call, and we're here.
Wow, beautiful.
You know, and I'm like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. And so sat with it, thought about it, came and looked at it, talked to the producer. Everything just felt right, felt aligned. And I said, it's fair. My struggle is consistency. Now I've been out for a minute.
Nice.
Are they gonna tune back in?
Nice.
Is it gonna be? And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And now it's just boom, boom, boom. And so I'm just grateful for it. But that fear, those roadblocks that you talk about, I feel that, because it's like, wait, everything that I've known for the past 60 years, my grandmother raised me you know what I'm saying? Like, and so just all of at the same time, and it was my birthday month, you know, like it's just like, what? So yeah, so
amazing.
I feel you, and it hits deep, but I know that there's greater.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
God is definitely
Finding passion is so important to life. Period. You know what I mean? My mom is 71 right now, and I don't think she's ever going to stop working because she's just passionate about what she does. You know what I mean? Being passionate about something is life, is living, is breathing, is purpose. You know what I mean? Yeah. Purpose is passion,
and it's important because it's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like even for me with your mom, just to sidetrack really quick, I look at her. How I met her was at your event.
Right.
I've known her from around because she's a force to be reckoned with, right? But
thank you.
But to actually have a conversation with her at your event, and then to see her, and it's like I tell her, you inspire me all the time because you're dope, you're fly, and you do big things, you know. And she's like, girl, Miss Tasha Talks, I love you, you know. And so it's women like that that's paving the way for me. So now I have to pave the way.
Yeah. I'm telling you, for the give back.
So this is so, I mean, like we can literally talk forever. So I definitely want to get you back. But before we go, what does, with all the things you're training, you're getting up early in the morning, you got your clients and all these things, you're in recovery, which is amazing to see.
Yes, thank you. That was tough. That was
just to be like, okay, you're a trainer, you're physical, you're active, and then to have that, I know that had to be rough and that. But what does self-care and thriving, what does that look like for you, for yourself? Because you got to pour into yourself and able to be pour into other people.
Right. So my thing is, you know, I always think about this. I'm 43 right now. How do I feel? How do I wake up? How do I move? How do I walk down the street? How do I walk back? How do I go to work? How do I go to sleep? You know what I mean? Then I think about being 50. How do I want to wake up? How do I want to go to sleep? How do I want to walk? How do I want to run? How do I want to eat? How do I want to feel? Then I think about when I'm 60. How do I want to walk?
Yeah.
How do I want 70? How do I want to walk? How do I 80?
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? So my right now is future. I set myself up for future self. Everything I do now, because I had fun. We did all the clubs. We did all the nonsense. I've been out the country before. Like, I'm happy with me. I could be home and be okay with just me. And it's hard to get to a point like that. And a lot of people are missing that in their life. And that's where the chaos comes from. I like to be routined. You know what I mean? I like to wake up in the morning. I like to take my time. I like to have my thoughts process right. I like to work out in the morning to set my morning up.
Yeah.
I like to listen to podcasts in the morning. I'm big on 19 Keys in the morning. I'm big on Sarah Roberts, Sarah Jake Roberts in the morning. I'm big on mindset in the morning to set my day. I don't take clients till 9 o'clock on purpose, so I can prepare myself and get myself ready for the day. You know what I mean?
Slow
So my
mornings.
thing is always, for me, is always, you know, we grown now. We know ourselves.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And self-care is not, it's funny because women say, you know, self-care is, oh, I went to get my nails done, my toes done, self-care. You know what I mean? I went to get my hair done, self-care. No, self-care is mindset. Self-care is taking care of your interior. Self-care is making sure you get them vitamins in the day.
Mental, spiritual, emotional.
That's self-care.
That other stuff is self-maintenance.
Self-maintenance.
You know what I mean?
Right. Good word. Good word. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's self-maintenance. That's not self-care. You know what I mean? So I was blessed to be isolated. You know what I mean? And I'm going to use the word blessed to be isolated. And I was isolated in prison. And I'm using the word blessed to be isolated in prison because it took away the outside noise.
Yeah.
And that's when I was able to start getting this right. That's when my mindset journey began, when I was incarcerated.
Yeah.
So that's when I was able to read books like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Good Dad, Poor Dad. You see what I'm saying? That's when I was able to get into 12 Laws of Success. You know what I mean? These type of books, and I was able to actually sit there, study, read, and really start to change this, because mindset is everything.
It is.
You know what I mean?
So
Mindset
I
is
love
everything.
that, because that's for sure. And I think people look at routine and structure as a bad thing in a sense, meaning
like
restriction.
it's a job.
When it's restricted, but it actually gives you more freedom.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. So I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And I'm aligned with all that. Slow mornings, you know, me time, meditating, prayer, you know, podcasts, all of that stuff is definitely mindset work.
Yeah, clutter, noise, clutter, chaos. There's no peace in that. You know what I mean? Like, I love waking up and grabbing 3 hard-boiled eggs because I boiled 12 on Monday.
So you ain't gotta,
12. So
you gotta be rushing.
Half an avocado's already cut. You see what I'm saying? Grab 3 eggs, half an avocado. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
Because everything's lined up. I do redefined meals for meal prep. I do redefined meals. So I grab 2 meals, grab my eggs, I'm out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, scratching to see what am I going to eat? All right, let me just go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Everything is structured and strategic in my life, and that's how I like it. I like structure.
No, that's nice, and that's important. So last piece, I always like to end the show with, what's one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
One piece of advice that I would give my younger self was slow down, and you don't know everything. You know what I mean? Slow all the way down, and you don't know everything. You know what I mean? I was a big know-it-all, and I was speeding through life. You know what I mean? And if I learned those 2 quality pieces, you know, but your journey is your journey.
Yeah, but if they could take that, because I tell my son, I'm a boy mom, and I tell my sons all the time, like, it's okay to say I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't have to make something up.
But now seek.
I think, or maybe, or if you don't know, it's okay to say I don't know,
Yeah.
and then you go figure it out, or you know,
go
a trusted
figure it out.
source or something like that. So
Yeah, we're in a generation of information, of free information.
Right.
And this is a whole nother conversation, but this is why they keep us so entertained with other stuff. You see what I'm saying? Or take our mind to distractions. This is why 15-second and 30-second reels are the most common reels, because everybody gets bored and swipes,
Attention.
So we're losing the generational focus. You see what I'm saying? The generational focus. And, you know, that's when you got to draw back in and try to, because I catch myself doing it. I'd be like, whoa, that's too many. Put the phone down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Well, I'm scrolling a little
I'm very
bit.
intentional too. Like, oh, this makes me feel dumb. Why are they doing this right now? And I'll like unfollow pages every now and then, because it's like, you're killing my,
you have to.
So I definitely want to get you back.
Yes, definitely.
Or we could do a live or something, like whatever, and just chop it up or whatever. So just let everyone know where they can find you, connect with you. Do you have any challenges or anything coming up?
So right now I'm doing a June balloon challenge.
Okay.
Actually, and it's a booty challenge.
Okay.
So I'm doing a June balloon challenge starting June 1st. It's a 30-day challenge for measuring the glutes and, you know, try to build organic glutes. 'Cause I definitely know how to do it. So how to
Definitely
build
do.
organic glutes. I'm doing that. Summer body program has already started.
Okay.
Energy is located in Deer Park, 729 Acorn Street, Deer Park, 11729.
Okay.
And
your
we give free
Instagram?
sessions. We give free sessions to first-time clients.
Okay.
So yeah, Instagram is at nrg.gymm, at nrg.gymm. Energy Gym.
Congrats on that again.
Thank
and if
you,
if you slide in his DM, just tell him Tasha sent you. I mean,
yeah.
you
Throw it
heard
out
him
there. Throw it out there.
So thank
Yes,
you again
ma'am.
for coming. This
Yes,
was
ma'am.
an amazing episode. I hope that you took some notes on regards to how to improve your mindset and how to overcome obstacles that will come when you're on your transformation journey. So I want you to be well, be blessed, and to have the most amazing, amazing week. Until next episode.
Thank you. Nice. Good job, champ.